Tell me about the potato chip scene. That was a difficult one, wasn't it? Did you help consult on that? You were on the set, right?
I don't know if I helped consult, but I was definitely right in the middle of that.
She was literally under the table for a good part of that scene.
Yeah.
Really?
I also did some of the potato chip explosions.
She was throwing chips around.
Oh, really?
Rose would, she would sometimes, sometimes if you see Rose's hand in the movie, sometimes it was Maraide's hand for some inserts. But no, the scene came from a story that I was told by an adoptive family where they had a little girl that would only eat potato chips, and they were trying to wean her off of that and into some different foods, and she was very adamant about that. So that was based on a real story.
Oh! Ah! Oh! God!
Oh my God! You okay?
Oh! God! What a... Leave the duck!
What are you doing?
What? I'm trying to put it out!
With ketchup?
Put it out!
Stop it!
Sorry.
Lita?
Wait, what's that noise? Why is she growling? That wasn't in the classes. I got nothing for that. She's got a knife.
It's just a SpongeBob.
It's still a knife.
And then that shooting of that scene was it was actually the most complicated thing in the entire movie because
Really?
of all the aspects of the glass breaking and the fire and just there were so many different things that happened. And then little Juliana, who plays Lita, had to be in all that ketchup makeup, and and it was Maraide. One of her jobs that we put her to work on the movie was to kind of work with the little kids and kind of wrangle the kiddos on the movie. So whenever we had a lot of stuff going on with the kids, Maraide was always there helping out.
Yeah, what was the most difficult thing you had to tell the kids or try to rein them in on?
I guess Juliana likes to run a lot, and there's a lot of this equipment that she could trip over, so kind of just keeping her in one place was quite difficult. Also, if we had to stop playing Uno in the middle of a game to go film, that did not make her happy.
Can you tell me the personalities that they had in your personal situation with the kids? Now, the kids that you have are younger than what were in the movie.
Yes.
Why did you decide to do that?
Well, in my real story, just like in the movie, we went to one of these bizarre adoption fairs, and there were teenagers that were there, and they were all kind of off by themselves because everybody, including me, were afraid of them, afraid to jump right into a family with teenagers. And it was one of the most heartbreaking things I'd ever seen. And my wife and I wound up, like they do in the movie, wound up meeting a teenage girl, and she was great, and she had a younger brother and sister, and we, with a lot of trepidation, we put them down on our sheet, and we were matched with them. So then we went home to kind of wrap our heads around this new reality of we're about to try to be the parents of a teenager. And then as we were sort of getting acclimated to that, we got a call a couple weeks later from our social workers saying that it wasn't going to work out, that this girl, that these kids had been in care for about 4 years, and this girl was really holding out hope that her mom was still coming for her, and so she was refusing the placement. So in my real story, shortly after that, the social workers called back and said, but there's these other 3 kids. And those 3 kids became my kids, who I love dearly today. But when it came time to make the movie, I never forgot that girl, and I really wanted to include a teenager in the story because the teenagers are the ones that are the most misunderstood. And so that girl was the inspiration for the character. And then I was fortunate enough to meet Maraide, who had grown up in foster care and was adopted as a teenager, and she became our Lizzie consultant.